I'm one person who keeps a close watch on current affairs, but there's one political development that has sort of escaped my understanding. I don't recall when and how the ANC pivoted from a policy of supporting uh, center left organizations in the Middle East to like the Palestinian Liberation Organization, to supporting radical Islamic organizations such as your Hamas. And this shift is also manifested in our recently steadfast alliance with Iran, the Islamic State of Iran. That's one thing that beats me, and I'm trying to reason it out, and I just can't find any plausible justification for this shift by the ANC and by extension our government. And I'm wondering what is happening. Help me understand this. On the comment section, tell me what do we stand to gain as South Africa as a country from our pivot from like the PLO. The ANC itself is a center left organization, and naturally they supported an organization like the PLO, but this 360-degree turn to supporting the likes of Hamas, very close alliance with Iran, even at the expense of valuable trading partners. That beats me. Now, I just want to play a clip from Newsroom Africa here, where an official from DIRCO was being interviewed regarding the Iran saga, where General Rudzani Maphwanya went to Iran and made some very suspicious remarks, some very controversial remarks. A remark that is not in the ambit of his line of duty, but a remark that falls within DIRCO. What is this desperation all to appease Iran all about? Let's listen. Let's listen. Just want to get this to play.
Mr. Dango, I would be remiss if I had you on the show and not actually ask you then, with regards to South Africa's military chief, General Rudzani Maphwanya's visit to Iran, and the comments that he made there alongside Iran's army commander. Your thoughts on that overall, and whether you'll be engaging with the SANDF's military chief then, with regards to that visit and comments made?
We've been engaging with the Department of Defense since yesterday, when the media reports came out, and you would have seen that we put out a statement saying that the responsibility to communicate South Africa's diplomatic and political stance in relation to interstate relationships resides with the presidency and with DIRCO, and that is the official statements that one should, take seriously.
There it is. I mean, the general went all the way to declare his South Africa on behalf of South Africa beyond the ambit of his authority, to declare an iron-clad support for Iran-South Africa relationship. And what becomes curious to me is that you look at Iran and South Africa, I think we're too far on paper, and even substantively, we are very different nations, societies. Iran is an Islamic dictatorship of sorts, where women's rights are not respected, where religious freedom is not tolerated, is not nowhere at all. You know, you become a convert to another religion, you are persecuted to the full extent of the law, not even to the full extent of the law, but even using extrajudicial measures, you are persecuted. No women's rights to talk about. And South Africa is a secular state with guaranteed freedom of religion, with a majority Christian community, and with other religions coexisting harmoniously in our country. Gender rights, women are empowered in South Africa. The rights of women are acknowledged, enshrined in the constitution, and even celebrated. You contrast that with a theocracy like Iran, where, as I speak, and I'm a Christian, that's why it's all this also of interest. As I speak, there's a growing Christian community in Iran. Many people are converting to Christianity, but they are working underground because there's no freedom of religion. They are being persecuted. And I'm asking myself, what interest is South Africa pursuing? Who's benefiting from this relationship that threatens a trade between, for example, US and South Africa? We export in the region of 150 billion rands worth of goods to the US. We are putting this on the line. And what is interesting about General Maphwanya's visit to Iran is that it comes at a time when trade and industry is busy trying to negotiate a trade deal where to reset trade between South Africa and USA, where the issues of our relationship with countries that the US consider to be their enemies are overshadowing our negotiations with USA. And now, at this very point in time, you have General Ruzani Maphwanya going there and making these very controversial remarks. And our trade with the US, 150 billion rands. Contrast it with our exports to Iran, about 20 million dollars. So to $20 million, far less than even a billion. Contrast that with our exports of 154 billion rands. We also have in EU investment in South Africa to the tune of somewhere $90 billion. And yet we are busy with a bromance with this rogue state, kind of. Who is benefiting out of this arrangement? Is South Africa perhaps, have we become a gun for hire service for Iran? Is our ICC court case against Israel a principled one, or is it because we are providing a gun for hire to Iran, and of course not for the benefit of the nation, but for the benefit of criminal syndicates embedded within the ANC and the South African states, as we have learned through Lieutenant General Ntatla Mkhwanazi? This is very odd as far as I'm concerned. Please comment, give me your comments on the comment section. The ANC is risking to turn us into a pariah state for no reason, for no gain. The nation, South Africa, has got nothing or very little to gain from our relationship with Iran. I'm not saying we should become an enemy of Iran, but these are states where South Africa could exercise a policy of strategic non-alignment when it comes to those, and not want to be in the middle of those controversies between US. We don't want to be in the middle of a religious war in the Middle East, which has got nothing to do with us. We are a secular state. We are a tolerant nation. We exist harmoniously. Please let me know what you think about this matter. Are the comrades selling us out in